we are looking at day-to-day problems using exponents. So it will make sense only if you apply something, right? I mean, if you don't do that, then what's the point of just learning the basics and you're not learning the actual application? So this is one of the application which I've seen kids miss, So we are looking at root of 100. We can find the answer using two methods, prime factorization and memory method. But before that, I would like to explain what is root. What does it actually root mean? Because if you don't understand that, then again, there's no point in learning anything if you don't understand the background of it. So what we're looking at here is, first thing is a square of a number. So square of a number is the same number being multiplied twice. Then what does square root of a number mean? So the concept is quite simple. What number should I multiply 2 times so that I get this particular number? Example, root of 100. Okay, so square root of 100. So if I write 2 over here, what number multiplied 2 times will give me 100? That is 10, is it not? Again I repeat, what number when multiplied this many times will give me 100? So that is 10. Okay, so I'll give you one more example, right? I have few more over here. So what does this actually mean? What number multiplied this many times, that is 3 times, gives 8? So basically, what is this number when multiplied 3 times will give me 8? What is it? 2, right? So basically, cube root of 8 is 2. Okay, next, what number multiplied how many times? 3 times. Okay, whatever is number over here, that one, 3 times gives us 125, the number inside the symbol in a root, under the root. So solution is, well, 5 into 5 into 5 gives me 125. So the answer is cube root of 125 is 5. Okay, now this is something which I have memorized and I told it, but what if you have not memorized something? How do you find the root of that? We'll learn that. There are two ways. One is memory, so basically that is out of scene. So there's only one way as of now. Of course, there are ways of finding root, but prime factorization is one of the easiest one. So factorize this. What does it mean? Well, we need to divide it and find the factors, prime factors, right? So 100 in its prime factor form is 2 square into 5 square. Make sense? So now root of 100 can be written as 100 to the power of 1 by 2, and 100 can be written as 2 square into 5 square to the power of half. And this, using one of the laws, we can write it as 2 into 5 the whole square, whole to the power of half, that I can write it as into half. So 2 gets cancelled, 2 into 5 is 10, is it not? Or I could have done this much easier way by writing 2 square into 5 square as 2 into 5 the whole square here itself, and it would have been much easier. Okay, I'll show you one more example so that things are clear. Root of 400. So let's find the prime factor form of root of 400. So 400, let's start with 2, 200s are, 100s are, 5, okay, let us go with 2 itself, 50s are, 25s are, 5 5s are. So 400 can be written as 2 to the power of 4 into 5 square, right? and root of 400 can be written as 4 to the power of half. Okay, so let me substitute root of 400 as 4 to the power of half, which in turn 400 can be written as 2 to the power of 4 into 5 square, 4 to the power of half. So I will use one of the formulas, that is, I'll write the formula over here. Xy whole to the power of n is x to the power of n into y to the power of n. So this is nothing but 2 to the power of 4 into half into 5 square into half. So 2 1s are 2 2s are 2 1s are 2 1s are. This is 2 square, that is 4 into 5 to the power of 1, that is 5. So 4 into 5 is 20. Makes sense, right? 20 into 20 will be 400. So let's verify that. Verification. So 20 into 20, right? Because we are taking square root. So 20 into 20 is 400. So square root of, not cube root, square root of 400 is 20. That's it. This is your prime factorization way. But of course, if you memorize, you can do it one more way. I'll show it. Okay, I'll show it here down, full down, pura niche. Square root of 400 can be written as square root of 4 into 100. Makes sense? Now I'll use the formula xy whole to the power of n as x to the power of n into y to the power of n. How? Well, 400 can be written as 4 into 100 to the power of half. Square root of 400 can be written as this. Now I'll use this particular formula and I can write this as 4 to the power of half into 100 to the power of half. So square root of 4 is 2, or you can write this as 2 square into half, and 100 I can write it as 10 square into half. So this is 2 into 10, that is 20. See, there are many ways of doing this. So I told you, prime factorization is an ideal way. If you're stuck and if you want to be very sure of what is the square root, you can use that method. If not, tricks like this will help. I told you, exponents, the idea is used, and I can't tell you this idea you have to use over here because it's left to your practice and judgment and time. Okay. So for that sake only people tell practice. Don't practice for the sake of memorizing something. That's of no use. Now, cube root of 27. So of course, we can figure out what is it easily, but I would like to do prime factorization way. So prime factor of form of 27 is 3 9s are 3 3s are. So 3 into 3 into 3, that is 3 cube. So I can write cube root of 27 as 27 to the power of 1 by 3, and 27 itself can be written as 3 to the power of 3 or to the power of 1 by 3. So this is 3 to the power of 3 into 1 by 3, which is nothing but 3 to the power of 1. Done? So we have solution a to the power of 6. The last question in this frame, a to the power of 6. So this is quite simple. I need not do much. There is no factorization as such. So cube root of a to the power of 6 is a to the power of 6 to the power of 1 by 3, and you use the formula a to the power of 6 into 1 by 3, and this is nothing but a to the power of 2. That's all. Okay, this is just for the sake of, I felt like putting a variable, so I did that. But yes, this is also useful and we have done this before. Okay, now next variation, root 14 into root 14. So I can do this, root of 14 into root of 14. What is a into a? Okay, so what is a into a? A square, right? So I can write this as root 14 the whole square. This is 14 to the power of half the whole square. So this is nothing but 14 to the power of 1 by 2 into 2. So this is nothing but 14 to the power of 1. Done. Right? Same three numbers being multiplied 3 times is nothing but, what is it? Yes, it is cube of that number. And third root, cube root of 6 is 6 can be written as 6 to the power of 1 by 3 whole to the power of 3. So 6 to the power of 1 by 3 into 3, 3 gets cancelled, 6 to the power of 1. Make sense? Next question. I hope you guys have tried all of this. If not, if you're just watching, it will be of no use. Two numbers multiplying 2 times is nothing but square of that number. So this is nothing but 231 to the power of half whole square. So this is nothing but 231 1 by 2 into 2. So 2 gets cancelled. So this is 231. Right? So we have next question. 3 set of numbers being multiplied 3 times. I know it's the same funda, just a repetition. So this is nothing but 10 to the power of 1 by 3 whole cube. So this is nothing but 10 to the power of 1 by 3 into 3, 3 gets cancelled, 10 to the power of 1. Okay. Next variation. This is a bit more practical. Actually, till now, whatever we've done, all of that it's bound to come some or the other way. But this is also a bit more practical. Here I have 5 into root 2. So let's understand 5 into root 2. See, this are with different powers. Why? Well, 5 can be written as 5 to the power of 1, and root 2 is nothing but 2 to the power of half. Their powers are not the same. Is it not? So 10 root 2 can be written as 10 to the power of 1 into 2 to the power of half. So the bases are not same, the roots powers are not same, we can't touch them individually. So this is n for the individual terms. But when we are multiplying 5 root 2 into 10 root 2, so we can rewrite this as, first let me write the question. So since all of these are getting multiplied, I can rearrange them. 5 into 10 into 2 to the power of half into 2 to the power of half. So the next step is 5 into 10 is 50. Same number multiplied 2 times is square of that number. Okay. So this is 50 into 2 and 2 will get cancelled. Is it not? 2 into half will give us 2. And 5 into 2 is 100. Sorry, 50 into 2 is 100. So again, I'll repeat the funda. Here we are looking at multiplying the number part and the root part separately because they are with different powers. Here I was able to do that because the last step, because it's 50 into 2, both are with same power, and so I can multiply the bases and the power will continue to remain to be 1. So figure this out. I won't use the lengthy version, I'll use the short version. Please pause and try it out. Before I divide or multiply anything, what should I do? Yes, I should decide on the sign. Positive into negative is negative. Then I'll rearrange 3 into 4 into root 2 into root 8. Negative 3 into 4 is negative 12. Root 2 into root 8 is root of what? 2 into 8. Same power, right? I can multiply the base. Again, I'm not writing root of 8 as to the power of half. This is how you should learn to do. Till now, I'm done it in a way wherein I made you understand things. But that's not practical that you keep writing that way. If you want to write, you can write it as to the power of half everywhere if you feel comfortable with that. But again, get used to everything, it's not that hard. So this is negative 12 into root of 16. So which number should I multiply 2 times to get 16? Well, 4. So answer is negative 12 into 4, which is nothing but negative 48. Okay? Make sense? 2 more questions. Okay, actually not 2 more, few more questions. Please pause and try it out. So the first question is to do with root of negative root of 10 into negative 2 root of 10. So negative into negative is positive. 1 into 2 I'll separate it, right? Because if I don't write anything over here, is by default 1. And root 10 into root 10. So that we can handle separately. So 2 into 1 is 2. Root 10 into root 10 is root 10 the whole square. Right? So this is half into 2 is 1. So 2 into 10 to the power of 1. So the answer is 20. So what you can do is whenever you get root and square, you can cancel them directly. The reason being this. Root of 10 the whole square is 10 to the power of half into 2. So 2 gets cancelled. 10 to the power of 1. This is very important. This I have seen quite a few places, and there is chances of all of this coming. Okay, physics, maths. So this you need to understand. Right? So next question again. Please try it out. So positive into negative. First is sign. Then I'll rewrite 4 into 2 into root 2 into root 18. Even this step is not required, but anyways, this is also not required. Directly you can write this as negative 1 into 4 into 2 as negative 8 into root 2 into root 18 as root of 2 into 18. So this is nothing but negative 8 into root of 36. So even this step is not required. Since you guys are in higher grades, you can write this step directly. 100%. Don't think too much. It's not going to be taken as you missed anything. Minus 8 into root of 36 is, what should I multiply 2 times to get 36? 6, is it not? And now we have negative 48. Okay. Now we are looking at division. Try to pause and figure out what can be the answer. Root of 18 divided by root of 2. See, I have two numbers. If I had just 18 by 2, I would have got the answer to be 9. But here, right, here we have the power 1, but here we have the root of 18 and root of 2. The power are different. So can't we do the same thing? Actually we can. I just have to take root of 18 by 9. So from where did we get this? Well, we have this formula, x to the power of n by y to the power of n, which is nothing but x by y whole to the power of n. So that's how this is what I'm trying to tell. The formulas are used in many ways. Okay. So it's left to your imagination and effort. So 8 by root root of 18 by 2. So this is nothing but root of 9, and root of 9 is nothing but 3. 3 into 3 is 9. Next question. So we just have number and roots combined. Since all of this is multiplication and division, I can just rearrange them. Minus 21 by 3 into root 10 by root of 5. So minus 21 by 3 is minus 7 into and the whole root of 10 by 5. Using the rule x to the power of n by y to the power of n as x by y whole to the power of n. So this is further solved to be 5 ones are 5 twos are root of 2. And yes, we can't simplify this further, and that is your answer. Try to pause and not try to pause and try this question. For the question. First thing is, let's rearrange the number and the root wala scenario. I just rearrange all of them. So first I can handle the numerator, root 3 into root 6. 1 by 10, nothing happens to that. It will be just that. Root 3 into root 6 is root of 6 3s are 18 by root 2. We just saw this problem, right? So same thing. 1 by 10 into root of 18 by 2, which is 1 by 10 into root of 9. So root of 9 is 3. So the answer is 1 into 3 is 3 divided by 10. Root 6 into root 2 divided by 11 root of 4. First is, let's get 1 by 11 aside. Then we have root 6 into root 2 by root 4. Okay. So the next step is the numerator. Since both have the same power, I can multiply the bases and I'll get 12 divided by 4. Again, since the numerator and denominator have the same power, I can divide the numerator and denominator, and in this case 4 3s are 12, is it not? So I'll get 1 by 11 into root of 3. So yes, we can get such answers wherein you end up with a root. It's not that you have to get a non-root answer. Okay, no such rule. So that was the last question. Okay, this I hopefully will be the last video, but in future if I get more questions, then you are in luck. If not, take the test and let's move on to the next section. Okay.